Hi, welcome back to Always on Liberty. Before we get started with our interview today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button up there in the corner. Today we're with Peter and Erica Cook of Cook's Bison Ranch in Wolcottville, Indiana. It's about 45 minutes away from Goshen, and we're here for the Heartland Owners RV Rally. So this was one of the pre-rally tours that was scheduled. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the ranch itself and then what they offer for tours and their food venue. So Peter, how did Cook's Bison Ranch start?
Well, it started in 1939 with my grandfather. We didn't actually have bison then, but he bought the ranch, or the farm, I guess, as we would have called it back then. Him and my grandmother had just gotten married. He grew up kind of across the road. The farm was available, so he bought it. He paid $5,000 for 83 acres, a house, and a barn. Back then, that was a lot of money, but he was able to make it through, and then fast forward to the early 80s, my dad put the farm into the government set-aside program, and then in the late 90s, 98, it was coming out, so I talked my dad into starting bison, and since then we've been doing it, and it just keeps growing. Okay,
now before we go on with Erica, I did want to mention that this is an active ranch, so if you hear some motors running, it's the equipment in the background, or they have a rooster that's pretty boisterous, so that's part of why we do this. Okay, now Erica, what do you do here at Cook's Bison Ranch?
So I mainly manage the tours. When we first started, we knew we had a lot of education to do. People thought bison were extinct or endangered. I was pursuing an education degree at the time, so we started hosting school groups here, and that's kind of grown. We're near Shipshewana, Indiana, which is a large Amish community, so a lot of unique visitors come to the area. So yeah, we basically offer an opportunity for people to see and feed the bison up close.
Okay, so the tour itself, Peter, how does this start?
Generally, when they show up, usually it's Erica does the welcome. She's a lot better talker than me. She does a welcome, and then we get on the wagon, and I answer usually a lot of questions from people if they have them. Really as many questions as they want to ask. And then we hop on the wagon and I get on the tractor and we take them out to see the animals.
Okay. How many heads of bison do you have out there?
There's currently 51 head of mothers out there. There's 4 bulls, breeding bulls. There's 3 yearlings and approximately 30 to 40 calves. Right now they're hard to count. And we had 1 born yesterday during a tour. There was another one born the day before. Was it 2 days before? Yeah. Must have been 2 days before. They didn't get to actually watch the whole birth, but the feet were sticking out, so they got, you could see the process beginning. So, and there's probably been, in the last month, probably at least 15 born.
Okay. And how long does a birthing usually last?
From the time we see it till the time they're on the ground, I mean, I've seen it as short as probably 30 minutes, but as long as 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Alrighty. So you, as a guest, we come here, we listen to your little, story of how this started, and then you take us out on the wagons. Once we get back from the wagons, what happens after that on the tour?
Well, if you're here with a group and you've reserved a meal, we offer a chuck wagon meal, which is what we served you today. It consists of bison roast, baked beans, cornbread, coleslaw, fruit, brownie, all the fixins. So that is an option. So groups can just come and tour and see and feed the bison, but they can also enjoy a sampling of the meat as well.
Okay, so if we were just visiting the area as a solo, how can we arrange to visit?
Okay, you can obviously just give us a call, visit our website. It has our tour schedule on there. Our tour season is Memorial through Labor Day. We offer open tours where you don't need a reservation on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturdays from 10 to 3, but reservations are recommended. And if you are wanting to, have a meal or you have a large group, we definitely recommend reservations.
Okay.
They're required at that point.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you have an impeccable ranch here. The property is beautiful. Peter, tell us a little bit about your ranch up in North Dakota.
Okay. So yeah, it's kind of north central North Dakota. It's the guy we bought it from had been raising bison for almost 40 years. He was a retired veterinarian. He had mentored us when we first got started. He was kind of our go-to guy to call. And when he wanted to get out, that was like 7 years ago, he offered it to us because he wanted to stay a bison ranch. And that's probably, that was native ground form. I mean, here was native form too, but as most people realize, that part of the country was very native to the bison.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you have family. Do you see future generations carrying on the business?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I have several nieces and nephews. I haven't seen any of them be real interested in it. Our kids are somewhat interested. Mm-hmm. Our son has said that if he can't be a Major League Baseball player, he guesses he could be a farmer. Okay. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Well, I think that concludes our interview with Peter and Erica. We had a really fun day. It kind of was like spitting in rain today, but we had an enjoyable time feeding the bison, hand feeding with pellets. And so if you're out in the Goshen or Elkhart area, please put this on your list of things to do. It is amazing, these majestic animals to get really close to, and you can even touch them if they come up, and you might get a good lick for a morsel. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Again, hit that subscribe button, and we look forward to seeing you later. Thanks. Bye.